Ivory Tower!
What is this? Like, genuinely, what? This is the R34 Skyline GTR, as you clearly know. If you know cars, you know this car. But the problem is, why did they add this? For those that don't know, the GTR was in the game. In the last game, you could also have this as a drift vehicle, but it seems that as a season pass vehicle, this has been added as one, which is rather strange. But on the other hand, we've got the TVR Griffith. A car that forces you to have a little bit of a lisp. Now, it is a TVR, so I'm going to make it a proper TVR car. This GTR, I'm going to shove it in the bin. Let's customize. I am excited for this. I'm hoping there's going to be a decent amount of hearts, but the first things first, I want to make this thing a proper TVR, because unfortunately, there aren't any proper TVR colors here. Do we have in this game a kind of iridescent color? Yes! We do! Yes, we can make it a TVR. Thank the Lord. This is what TVRs should be like. Do we go with this? This color looks pretty sweet, actually. There's a few options here that I'd like to go for. This kind of bluey purple. This bluey turquoise is decent. This bluey purple might be my favorite. I can't decide between the two, if I'm totally honest with you. Let's go with the purple. It's got to be done. If you build this car, no, at least attempt to see what it was going to look like with this, you are a wrongdoer. But anyway, HUD's time. I think, yeah, this is a great mark of TVR returning, and the crew is actually bringing it in first. I'm really grateful for that. I don't know if I want to do it with a carbon HUD, but at the same time, maybe I do. Let's go for this option here and see what that looks like. I think I'm going to go with a standard, slightly aggressive looking HUD. Front bumper, I actually like as it is. That adds a little bit of color into the lights. That's pretty sweet. Adding some nice little lines on here. Adding some more aggression as well. More carbon fiber. Do I want more aggression or more carbon fiber? I'm actually going to go with the more aggression. And the dark out lights. Then we got the front fenders. You know, I'm happy. I was hoping that there's going to be a lot of customization on this car, and I'm happy to say that there actually is. The curves on this car are menacing, and they've just made it better. Look at that. Do I want to go with this option or this option? I'm going to go with number 4. The wheels look amazing as they are. I didn't even know this was probably a thing. Oh, yes. Union Jack. Side skirts. They are nice as they are, so please don't ruin them for me. Add a bit of carbon. Oh, my God. You know, when I was like, what could they add to a TV? What could they possibly add to a car that they've only just kind of announced? Well, they've obviously been behind the scenes doing stuff. You know what I mean? We've got a nice clear carbon combo wang. We do it for, I'm guessing, is this an active Aero wing? I'm not actually sure. We could add a bigger wang on it, or an even bigger wang. Let's throw this one on. And the rear bumper. Although I think this is a weird car. This, because, again, I've not seen this before, but this style, it reminds me of the new Supra in a way, but obviously more. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is such a stunning car, and they've made amazing customizations for it. I think I'm gonna have to go. Do I go with this or like proper race car? I'm gonna go with proper race car. This now definitely reminds me of the Supra. And there we go, interior color, which I haven't seen either. Oh, yes. You know, one thing that bugs me about Mercedes that I've seen recently, they've got the 2-screen thing, like along, the screen goes across the passenger, across the middle, but not across, sorry, the driver in the middle, but not the passenger. It's a bit weird looking. If it went all the way across, it would make more sense. My OCD is just like, no, stop it. I'll have to go with a slightly blue in the interior, just because, I don't know actually. We could go with a similar style to my car. We've got a bit of red in there, a bit of red accents. Oh, red on the outsides of the seats. I think I might have to go with that if I'm totally. I'm going to go red on the outsides of the seats. And the interior design, add a little bit of a change in there. And the inserts, we can make them carbon, we can make them wood. I'm going to make them carbon. This is probably how I would spec my exact one. And I'm super glad with the amount of customization in this. Those wing mirrors I'm not too sure on. But if I'm honest, they're kind of part of the experience. I'm going to go for the red brake calipers as well, just because we've got those red wheels. Can we change the wheel colors? We can't, but they're fine anyway. From a distance, they look a little bit tacky, but from up close, they look amazing. You kind of can't tell how many splits there are on it by looking at it from a distance. It kind of looks like a 5-spoke wheel, you know? But where do we drive a TVR? Do you drive it in America? Well, we have to, obviously. So where is the least American place in America? Is Boston in here? I've been to Boston once, and the time I did go, I loved it. It reminded me of the UK, because it's probably a lot older than a lot of America, and New York, I guess, would be pretty close to that. I mean, obviously, when people came over, they went from this side across. Surely, that's in my head how it works. So, I think maybe New York, the outskirts of New York, would probably be a good starting place. Look at it. You know what? This is one of those cars that just comes out of nowhere and looks amazing and just kind of is going to be embedded as one of my favorite cars now. The shape of this thing looks amazing. But let's go for a drive. This car is currently stock. I don't exactly know what type of performance we're going to be getting from this vehicle. I'm just hoping it's going to be pretty quick. I mean, it looks like a sports car. So let's hope it is. Let's put my foot down. Hello. Hello. I would say this is similarly classed. So, as I say, like a sports... It's a 2-seater sports car, right? That's what it's meant to... Is it 2-seater, or has it got the fake seats in the back that nobody can fit in? A lot of cars do that. My RCF basically does it. I mean, to be fair, you can fit small people in there. The Supra doesn't have no back seats. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing more of that Supra. Hopefully, they do a manual. Is this a manual? I actually don't know. Let me go into the cockpit view. The guy shifted, so maybe I'm gonna have a look. Hello, Griffith. Do you have? Please let me. How do I see? The big guy's in the way. Here we go. Is it a manual? Oh yes, it's a manual. Performance-wise, in this game, we're looking at I don't know horsepower. That's always very useful, isn't it? Should we slap some parts in? I think we should. We should just throw in a bunch of 280 parts that I've got absolutely tons of because I've been grinding and grinding again. You know me. That's what I do. I'm going to stop. And boom. So, what were you going to tell me now? We've got 631 horsepower maxed out. That's decent. 226 miles an hour is pretty sweet. And a 0-60 of 2.8. Now we're going to see it drive. Here we go. And we're topping out. How are we topping out? We're in automatic. Honestly, my favorite thing about TVRs on Gran Turismo games of old was the colors you got from them. Because I think you used to get colors from the cars you bought or unlocked and stuff. So you could take the colors and use them on every other car. So I used to steal the TVR colors and put them on everything. It was great. It's pretty cool to think we are close to the update for the Crew 2, as in the PvP update. Sure, we've got like a month or so left. But we're close, and that's good, because I've been missing playing this game. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 recently, and everything else I've just kind of shoved into a corner. But I love coming back to this game every now and again to grind to get some parts, because I'm planning on going a beast mode in the PvP. I don't even like PvP that much. It's not my thing. But I'm hoping that Ivory Tower are going to add some kind of game modes, and that's where I want the amazing abilities and stuff that I can get. I want to level up. I want all the fame. That's what I want in this game. One talking point of the Griffith is that, you know, generally when you look at cars, you have like, I don't know if it's just me, but every time I look at a car, I look at the front and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. For example, let's talk about the LC500, the Lexus, or the RCF. The front of the car's absolutely beautiful, menacing. I love them so much. But then you look at the back of the cars, and they're a little bit lazy, and they're not really thought about them that much. They don't look... Sure, I mean, the LC500, I think, looks worse than the RCF on the rear. Do you mind? But it was either one that did that. But this is one of those cars that looks great all round, and from what I can tell, the Supra is going to be one of those as well. The two-door sports car, like, everybody... What I like is all these companies coming out and like, yes, we will make two-door sports cars, because we know for a fact that these aren't going to be a thing in 10, 15 years. We're going one last push, fellas. To a lot of us, that's our dream cars. And they're now coming out with more of them. And it's been like 10, 15 years in some cases since companies released cars like this. That people like us will want. You know, it's good that they're all coming back and they're all like, yes, we will release more. And it means that, I don't know, when our kids or the current generation grow up, they will find these cars and they will like these cars just as much like when we grew up and we liked the R34 and the Supra and the RX-7 and 741. Thank you. But again, a big thank you to Ivory Tower for adding this car. I do want to say that I am a little bit disappointed by the fact that the GTR was the second car. For those that paid for the season pass, I know technically it cost like nothing to get them a month early. We you know, at the time we pre-ordered the season pass, we were expecting to get cars exclusively and stuff, which, you know, I'm grateful that everybody gets them for free. But for those that have paid for the season pass, it's a little bit disappointing in the fact that what we get is a rehash of a car that's already in the... What is this? There we go. I'm out. Anyway, let me know down in the comments. Again, to say I'm not disappointed that the GTR has been added as a drift car. I love that it's been added as a drift car. It's just that it's kind of already in the game, so you didn't really make it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, smash like, my friends, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, peace. Oh, by the way, my new channel's down below.